Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your metals market wrap-up, and this is for the trading day of Thursday, June 6, 2019, but the time is unusual for me. This is 12:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and I'm putting this out way ahead of time because you're looking at about the price settlement anyways in the metal markets. Remember, they settle the markets at 12:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, but they will trade the 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time. But this will be about where the settlement prices come in. I'm not going to be in the office this afternoon to put out the update, so instead of missing it, I'll put it out early for you. The event of the day, of course, was the European Central Bank's meeting where Mr. Draghi was not quite as dovish as the market thought, and that gave a solid bid into the eurocurrency. He certainly did say they're going to cover the market, whatever it takes. They're there for the market. It put the dollar down. The dollar's bounced 14 points off its low, but it's still down hard. The euro up. That's helping the gold market see some gains. And remember, this afternoon, another round of talks with Mexico takes place. We'll see where that heads and how that impacts the markets as well. But as we take a look at things, you can see the stock market at this point higher, with the exception of the Russell, which keeps getting knocked down. When we take a look at a weekly chart of gold, you're up $31. Now, for those of you that look at my gold report, remember it's up, and I'll talk to you about it as we come at the end of this. It's right on our website, and I'll show you how to see it. So as you take a look, the market's in a clear up thrust, and it has cleared some important areas of the 1329.20 area, at least today on a settlement. We're not at the end of the week, and the end of the week's always the important part. Fridays are notorious in gold for giving back money. Last week was one of the exceptions, and the market carried right on through with it. As we take a look at what's going on today, we have what's called an inside trading day. You haven't taken out yesterday's highs or lows. The market still has a pattern of higher lows, higher highs. That is bullish. The market is trading over the 100-day average, and here comes the 18-day moving average of closes, marching each day towards that number. Now, it's gaining about $2.50 a day on the current thrust of the market, and that would put it about 3-4 days away from being able to get up to that 100-day average basis what's going on right now. I mention that because traders will talk of a bullish crossover if this market gets over the 100-day, and the question is, where could that carry the market? Doesn't mean you have to go up, but it's another element of bullishness to it. The market has now got 5 days in a row up and over the upper Bollinger Band. You typically don't go more than that, so I'd be a little cautious here. That does not mean I'm bearish. It's just that the market might be ready to give you a little bit of a break back in it. In momentum, you are overbought. So you have an overbought market that's been on a tear to the upside. The market stalled a little today, but that doesn't mean the trend is over. And we'll see what the market does if it pulls back. In GLD, obviously, we're not settled yet, so I can't tell you how this is going to finish because the stock market won't finish to 3 o'clock. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. I think you were over it here too, if I'm right. Yeah, 5 days in a row over. You typically don't go beyond that. Can you? Of course, but I just used the word typically. So I'm expecting the market to move to the right-hand side of the Bollinger Band, but like the futures, bullish trend. Look at how you're getting closer now where the 18 and the 100-day average are coming in. So that bullish crossover is going to happen here much sooner than it can happen in the futures market. When we go to the gold miners, 5 days in a row up and over so far, the upper Bollinger Band. Further away on the 100-day average in the 18, momentum overbought in this market too. Bull markets, though, in all three parts. This is a pretty chart because you had all this sideways action and you broke out from it. On Friday, I'll show you the monthly chart, and we'll take a look and see how the market's looking for the month as well. That could be very important. The gold-silver ratio still does not favor silver. It favors gold, and you can see you're knocking on the door of 90 at this point in time. When we take a look at silver, it got stymied at the upper Bollinger Band. Unlike gold, which just shot right through those Bollinger Bands, this market's stuck right here. It's overbought. The pattern is one of so far a lower low and a higher high. I don't see a trend there in any manner. In the copper market, a warning sign. You lost the embedded reading on this day. This was back, if you look, on Tuesday. You gained it back, and now you're losing it again on the close. I think this market is saying maybe these values are cheap enough. I view this as a major warning sign to the downside. Doesn't mean that I've turned bullish, but it's a major warning sign to me. And I'd be very, very cautious of pushing that market. In the platinum market, by the way, back to copper, the trend is still down. Just because I'm saying I'm seeing that on the stochastics, often when you lose that embedded stochastic, especially once and then you lose it again, it leads to price trying to make a run towards that 18-day average. It doesn't change the bigger picture, but to get there from where you're at right now is quite a bit of ground. In the platinum market, you ran into the 18-day average as a resistance, couldn't carry up to the 100-day average, and have been backing off in an oversold condition, void of trend. You have a higher high, lower low pattern. In the palladium market, look at all this sideways action. I've been trying to point this out each day to you because it's from this type of action generally that you get exciting trends. And that's what I'm waiting to see. How many days have we hit that line in the sand, as I call it, the 18-day average of closes? And you're not following through to the downside or the upside just yet. If you had to give the market a nudge, so far the pattern is higher lows. Today's high of 1352.20. This was the previous high right here, 1349.60. You're over it. So the resistance in the market comes in between 1358, the upper Bollinger Band, and the 100-day average. Why is the Bollinger Band important? Because 95% of the time the market trades within it. However, this is the pattern that I look for and I teach in my charting course. As it breaks out of sideways action, it gets exciting. This is once a trend kicks in and it can run upside or downside. Sideways is generally where it comes from and starts a trend. In the dollar index, the dollar got hit again today in oversold territory as the eurocurrency picked up after the European Central Bank made its announcement to leave rates unchanged. They said they're going to stay that way through 2020, by the way, into the first half of 2020. But the bank was very clear it has more ammunition for stimulus should it be needed. The market's got lower highs, lower lows. Again, you're fighting a battle at the lower Bollinger Band. If you extend, I'd expect the 100-day average to offer support, but you're at a point where the market is already finding it difficult to break further from that. Doesn't mean it can't, and obviously when we hear about Mexico later in the day, it's going to be very important. As I told you, I've got my special report on metals. I did it on gold. It's got the price counts, seasonal charts are in there as well. To get to this report, you simply go to our website at www.iraepstein.com. Under the word education, you're going to see the metal report access. Just click on that and away you go. You'll be able to view the report. It's a video report. We still have up the currency. I don't know why. I'll bet it's going to disappear at some time today because it's all automated. We only keep it up about 5 business days. But take a look and you will see what's going on with that report. Hope you enjoy it. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great trading day in the evening. I'll see you tomorrow.